the Supreme Court on the AIADMK tussle for power between the OPS and EPS camps is that big relief has come in for Erupt Palaniswamy as Supreme Court has upheld a single leadership policy for the AIADMK. What this means is essentially EPS remains right now the General Secretary of the AIADMK. And at this point, the Supreme Court has said we will not look into O. Paneerselvam's plea against EPS remaining the leader of the party. So till the General Council meet of the AIADMK will take place on July 11th as planned. And that will happen under the leadership of Erupt Palaniswamy. O. Paneerselvam, if he wants to remain in the AIADMK fold, essentially will have to abide by all of the decisions taken by EPS. Why? Because quite simply the two-leaf symbol is also right now with the EPS faction. He's managed to control right now power. This comes as more bad news essentially for the OPS camp at a time when he's already been seeing mass defections. A bunch of leaders who were part of the OPS camp just hours ago switched sides, joined hands with the EPS faction. And now you have this big boost coming for EPS from the Supreme Court. Shilpa Nair is joining us live from the AIADMK headquarters. We also have Pramod Madhav, who is joining us from outside O. Paneerselvam's residence. Shilpa, I want to take this across to you. I can see celebrations have broken out now at the AIADMK office.
Well, absolutely, Akshita, a big day for EPS and his supporters. And this verdict couldn't have come at a better time for the AIADMK because tomorrow is the birth anniversary of a late Chief Minister and AIADMK Supremo Jayalalitha. The entire party office was getting decked up for that, and now this, of course, has come as a boost for the party cadres, because what the Supreme Court has today said is it is upholding the order of the Madras High Court Division Bench, which validated the July 11 General Council meeting of the AIADMK. Now, what happened in the July 11 General Council meeting for our viewers? I'll just break it down. The AIADMK had convened a General Council meeting on July 11th, where the General Council members did away with the dual leadership system. They expelled O. Paneerselvam and his supporters from the party, and they appointed EPS as the interim General Secretary. Now, OPS, of course, had challenged this General Council meeting because he said the manner in which the General Council meeting was carried out or it was conducted, it was violative of the party bylaws, and that essentially was OPS's plea. But today, of course, the Supreme Court has upheld the order of the Madras High Court, which validated the July 11 General Council meeting, which means there is no more dual leadership system in AIADMK. EPS will be the interim General Secretary of the party, and OPS continues to be expelled from the party. So this, of course, has come as a huge shot in the arm for EPS and his camp ahead of the 2024 elections, because even during the Erupt by-elections, we saw how this bitter political leadership tussle between EPS and OPS was dragging the party down, and for several years that has been the case. AIADMK has been embroiled in this leadership tussle for so long that it reached a point where it was unable to even function as an effective opposition party here in Tamil Nadu. So this judgment effectively puts all that to rest, and we are, of course, awaiting reactions from the EPS camp. All of them are in Madurai to attend a senior party leader's, the wedding function of a senior party leader's daughter. So we are, of course, awaiting them to respond to this. But just to speak about OPS as well, this has come as a huge setback. He has already been cornered politically. He does not enjoy any support within the AIADMK, and now the Supreme Court also upholding the leadership of EPS.
Let's talk about the fate of OPS after the Supreme Court order. Shilpa, stay on with me. I want to bring in Pramod Madhav also right now. While you see all the celebrations there, where Shilpa is at the AIADMK office, pin drop silence, I'm sure, where you are outside OPS's residence. The OPS camp, Pramod, has no reason to celebrate. But what now? Because I remember O. Paneerselvam saying that my fight against EPS is my second Dharma Yuddham. That's flopped before the Supreme Court now.
Absolutely, Akshita. We all remember what exactly happened in 2017. His 45 minutes Dhyanam in front of Jayalalitha Memorial. That was the Dharma Yuddham. Everything for this particular symbol. This is a symbol that has been held in the heart of 1.5 crore members of AIADMK. This is what EPS and OPS were fighting about. I have to tell you, even though EPS wanted to become the supreme leader of AIADMK, OPS still wanted to become a coordinator only, and this is where the exact map, this is a kind of poster which is at OPS house. This is Periyar, and he was reason for all the Dravidian parties beginning in Tamil Nadu. From here, it was Anna. Anna is the name that is also in AIADMK. A stands for Anna. He was the founder of DMK, and after that we have MGR, who started AIADMK. He was the supreme leader who brought in all the bylaws and everything, stating that it should be only the cadres who should elect the general secretary of the party, by which it was later Jayalalitha. And after this, it was a huge question mark, who's going to be the next supreme leader of AIADMK, the general secretary. EPS and OPS were fighting for it. OPS with a support not from within the party but from quite outside for the party. He became a coordinator. EPS was joint coordinator, but EPS decided to become the interim general secretary. He fought for it, and in this legal battle, even though they were once again elected as coordinator and general coordinator, which could stand for 2026, he went ahead and said that the party needs a unitary leadership, by which now he has become the interim general secretary. Everything so far has gone only against OPS, because even the twin leaf symbol is with Tamil Magan Hussain, who is the presidium chairman of AIADMK, and that's the reason this entire camp of OPS remains quite silent now.
What's going to happen next? Shilpa, is there a possibility in the face of, this kind of a tussle with the next General Council meet expected on July 11th, is there a possibility of EPS showing OPS the door, throwing him out of the party?
Well, Akshita, OPS has already been shown the door. He has been expelled from the party during the July 11 General Council meeting. Not just OPS, his son, OP Ravindranath, and several other supporters who had backed OPS in this leadership tussle. All of them were removed by the EPS camp during the July 11 General Council meeting. So, as of today, based on the Supreme Court order, OPS is no longer a member of the AIADMK, because even now, OPS was claiming or calling himself to be the AIADMK coordinator, but that is not the case. The Supreme Court order has upheld the validity of the July 11 General Council meeting, which means OPS is out of the party and EPS is the interim General Secretary of the party. And now we'll have to, of course, wait and watch, because there has been some movement from the side of Shashikala and TTV Dinakaran as well. OPS too in the past, in the last couple of months, have said that time has come for everyone to work together. So one will have to really wait and see as to whether the next game plan for OPS is to join hands with TTV Dinakaran and Shashikala, or is it going to be something else? We'll have to wait and see. But this, of course, has come as a major setback for OPS.
Are there any other options, any other avenues that he can approach for any sort of relief right now? Pramod, if you can answer that, what's going to be OPS's next move? Shilpa was also suggesting that there's a possibility of him opening up dialogue, speaking to Shashikala and co.
Well, he has already indirectly started opening up dialogues with Shashikala. That was the biggest kind of allegation from EPS end. In fact, the earlier aspect was that after OPS went to the court, what happened is that immediately both parties, OPS started expelling EPS and his members from the party, and EPS started expelling OPS and his members for the party. For a couple of months, it was absolute chaos within the party. But later what happened is that currently, as EPS got the upper hand, OPS and whoever EPS has already expelled are out of the party. Only EPS has to have a change of mind currently to bring them in. However, court has also given a kind of relief for OPS, claiming that they can go ahead and compete, go ahead and file a plea or petition in a competing authority. That could be Election Commission as well. So we need to wait and watch if OPS's pleas can be taken over at Election Commission, because even though majority is with EPS, be it General Council members, be it MLAs, now what happens is that currently OPS is fighting with the bylaws of the party, claiming that for convening the General Council the meeting, both coordinator and joint coordinator must have signed. This has not been accepted by the Supreme Court, and now it is up to OPS to go ahead and seek Election Commission into intervention. And if Election Commission decides another way, OPS might have a chance, but that also looks extremely bleak.
Okay, so things clearly not looking good right now. He's running out of options, essentially, with the Supreme Court taking this decision. There has been a back and forth legal fight also, Shilpa, in the last few months, and essentially confusion that was spread across the AIADMK because of back and forth orders from the Madras High Court also on this issue.
Well, Absolutely, Akshita. In fact, this whole leadership tussle, it has dragged the party down. It's been going on for so many years. Every crucial decision of the party gets, gets trapped in this whole leadership tussle. Even the Erupt East by-election, which is a decent example, we saw how there was a lot of back and forth. It took them so many days and weeks to even, even decide on the candidate. There was a lot of, efforts taken by the BJP as well to ensure that the EPS candidate gets to contest. In fact, these are the visuals of the celebrations here as well. Because even for the party cadres, this entire leadership tussle has been so.
இந்த மகிழ்ச்சி ரொம்ப 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 சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. இந்த தீபாவளி, இந்த பொங்கல், அது முஸ்லீம்ல அவங்க கொண்டாடுறது, கிறிஸ்டியன்ல கொண்டாடுறது எல்லாத்தோட இந்த தீர்ப்பு எல்லா மக்களும் ஒன்னா சேர்ந்த இயக்கம் இது. எல்லாம் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா கொண்டாடிட்டு இருக்கோம். இந்த தீர்ப்பு வந்து ஈரோடு எலெக்ஷன்ல மிகப்பெரிய வெற்றி தரும். எங்க தொண்டர்களுக்கும் அந்த கழக உறுப்பினர்களுக்கும் ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி. இந்த உற்சாகத்துல ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா வேலை செய்வோம். இதை நல்லா வின் பண்ணி நாளைக்கு அம்மா பிறந்த ரொம்ப மிக சிறப்பா கொண்டாடுவோம். ரொம்ப
சந்தோஷம். Saying is that this order has come as a huge boost for the cadres, especially after the Erupt East elections.
ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்குங்க. எல்லாமே நம்ம தீபாவளி சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு நரகாசுரனை வந்து அழிச்சு தீபாவளி கொண்டாடுற மாதிரி ஓபிஎஸ் என்ற ஒரு நரகாசுரனை அழிச்சு இன்னைக்கு எங்க கழகத்தை அண்ணன் காப்பாத்திருக்காரு. அந்த காப்பாத்தின கழகத்தை அவர் மென்மேலும் கொண்டு போவார்னு எங்களுக்கு நினைக்கிறோம். கண்டிப்பா நடக்கும். தொண்டர்களுக்கு அளவற்ற சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. எங்க அண்ணன் வந்து 3வது அத்தியாயம் அம்மா தலைவருக்கு அடுத்து நாங்க அவரை தான் நம்புறோம். இன்னைக்கு அதிமுக காப்பாத்த வந்த காவல் தெய்வம் எங்க அண்ணனா நாங்க நினைக்கிறோம்.
So that is the sentiment here, that after MGR and Jayalalitha, it is EPS who can save the AIADMK, and they say this is nothing short of a Diwali for them, because the lady that we just spoke to, she said this is like a Narakasura and she compared OPS to a Narakasura, and she said OPS has been defeated, and this of course is the sentiment here at the AIADMK headquarters, because like you rightly mentioned, this constant back and forth, this constant tussle between EPS and OPS, it was demoralizing the cadres. Election after election, AIADMK was on a losing spree, and now this judgment of the Supreme Court gives them some optimism that now at least AIADMK can put all that behind and start functioning effectively as an opposition party and start fighting elections as a united house. So that of course is the hope of the party cadres here at the AIADMK headquarters.
The jury is still out on whether an EPS can be the equivalent of a Jayalalitha or a Dr. MGR for the AIADMK, as many of the cadre are really expressing there. But why is this a big win for Edeppadi Palaniswamy? He'll be a happy man today because in fact he is the top leader now till the AIADMK general meet. This has been confirmed clearly by the Supreme Court. And the July 11th general council meet that took place for the AIADMK, all decisions taken in that meet remain. So what that means is the two-leaf symbol stays with the EPS faction. There's no question of OPS's camp getting any legitimacy whatsoever. It's established Edeppadi Palaniswamy as the only leader of the AIADMK. There's no question of two leaders anymore. EPS is the only leader, with OPS being completely sidelined, not just by the party, but legally as well. He's run out of options essentially, and OPS today will know that he's pretty much lost the battle right now to Edeppadi Palaniswamy. What hasn't worked in his favour is also the fact that most of the AIADMK, largely all of the party, is with EPS right now. So there's very little support that he actually enjoys. So there's only so much that he can really pull off, even if he plans to create some sort of a dent within the AIADMK. The AIADMK now will have single leadership. Will that iron things out for the party is a big question mark, and perhaps the biggest battle now for them, the first big battle, the first big decider for them, no doubt, is going to be the by-election in Erupt. How will they perform there is still a big question mark. Pramod, to recap how the leadership battle also translated to what we saw in the choosing of a candidate for Erupt. Over there too, it took intervention from the BJP, it took the court's intervention. Finally, there also it was the EPS camp that managed to win.
Well, it absolutely is, and like that is something that EPS did not accept about OPS, because what he did was that he went ahead and first OPS said that he's also going to place a candidate, and then later OPS went ahead and said that if BJP is going to field a candidate, he will recall the candidate. Even AIADMK cadres were not happy with what OPS did, but knowing OPS, he is not going to accept defeat that easily, because earlier in 2017 itself, when there were talks to make Shashikala as a chief minister, he was the one who rebelled. He was the one who did Dharma Yuddham at Jayalalitha's memorial, and later now there is also like source-based information that he's still in communication with Shashikala and TTV Dinagaran, and he's also in favor of bringing them back. This is a line that was used by BJP as well and faced backlash from AIADMK, saying that OPS, and just like OPS said, everybody should be brought into the party to fight DMK. EPS was definitely dead against it, and he said that is not going to happen, and no other party can interfere with the decisions made inside AIADMK. But OPS then also showed like a favor, claiming that with an open heart we have to bring in all the leaders to fight DMK. That he indirectly was saying about Shashikala and TTV Dinagaran, and EPS definitely said no to it. He's been saying that for several years, and now with legal support, his hand is going to, EPS hand is only going to become stronger within AIADMK. But it's
and you
pretty
can see
sure
the celebrations. Right now, Pramod, stay with me. You can see the celebrations at the AIADMK headquarters. They brought a massive cutouts of EPS, and they're doing a milk abhishekam, very popular in Tamil Nadu. It's called a pal abhishekam. You can see AIADMK leaders pouring milk on EPS's cutout there at the AIADMK headquarters. Kovai Satyan of the AIADMK is joining us on this broadcast. Kovai Satyan, will the leadership tussle with the AIADMK now end with this decision by the Supreme Court? Will all be well within the party?
It will ended very long back. Only the formalities with judiciary was pending. I think on the eve of our leader Apurchi Televi Amma's 75th birthday tomorrow, this is the biggest gift that the party has received through the judiciary. And party is all set to get its third general secretary. The founder Purchi Talaivar MGR, followed by Purchi Televi Amma. Now it shall be followed by our leader EPS.
Do you think that EPS has what it takes to take forward Jayalalitha's legacy?
Yes, he has. That's the reason why the entire party, cadres, everybody stood in unison behind him. And he has proved his caliber when he was the chief minister of the state. And he is the right person to take forward the legacy of the party and to take forward the legacy of our leaders, MGR and Amma.
Okay, Kovai Satyan, thank you for joining us on this broadcast. The AIADMK maintaining that now, with this entire leadership tussle out of the way, the AIADMK will thrive under the leadership of EPS.